Now, there was one that said, I challenge you to read this challenge. And normally I just reject it. But then I looked at it and it's actually really sweet.
Oh.
And it says, I had my wisdom teeth removed earlier today, and I'm sitting at home feeling sorry for myself with Desert Bus to keep me company. Thank you for the many hours of entertainment, laughs, and good feels. Not just this year, but in years past too. Excited to hang out for the last few hours of Desert Bus 2021 with so much love, baby Tara.
Hey, don't feel sorry for yourself for living long enough to have your wisdom teeth come out. That's good stuff.
Can I tell my own wisdom tooth story?
Of course.
It was horrendous.
I can't wait.
So the day I was scheduled to have my wisdom teeth taken out, I woke up and I had to go to work for the first half of the day. And I woke up feeling kind of off. Like my stomach wasn't feeling great, my throat wasn't feeling great. But I kind of chalked it up to nerves about having this major tooth extraction being done on me in, just a few hours' time. So I kind of just swept it aside for the time being. I went to the dentist. I had my teeth out. It was fine. They gave me the stuff that doesn't knock you out, but turns the entire experience into a vague sort of fever dream. So that was fine. I got home. I was staying with my parents to recover because they had a nice recliner I could prop myself up in and a dog to sit on my lap, which was really important as it turned out. My mouth felt, as one would expect one's mouth to feel when it's had 4 giant teeth yanked out of it unceremoniously. But I continued to have kind of an achy stomach and an increasingly sore throat. So I went to the doctor and they said, oh, it might be an infection, so we're going to give you antibiotics.
Oh.
So I got my antibiotic prescription filled, and I began taking them. Shortly after I began taking the antibiotics, I broke out in full-body spots that were large, visible, and itchy.
Oh, no.
Also, my throat continued to hurt. And my neck began to swell up. Visibly. Again, like on the outside, like about here-ish. So I went to the doctor again. And the doctor had me go, ah. And I went, ah. And the doctor said, oh, yuck.
Oh, God!
When you go, the doctor should also go, ah.
Okay.
That's what happened that day.
Oh, no.
Followed by, yep, that's mono.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Did you know that if you have active monovirus in your system and you take antibiotics, it makes you break out in hives? I don't know why, but it does.
Huh.
So I return home with this new diagnosis. This was my second time having mono, by the way. And then I proceeded to spend about a week on my parents' recliner. So for the full, like, just picture me, but with my neck, like, my lymph nodes puffed out, so I look kind of like a bullfrog. Big, giant spots all over my body. And, of course, I had just had my wisdom teeth out, so I also had, like, the tampons hanging out of my mouth, like warthog tusks. That is why it was so important that I was in a house with a dog who would sit on my lap, because the dog was literally the only member of my family who could stand to look at me. My mom would come into the room with some applesauce and be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I bet you made an adorable bullfrog walrus.
No, I was not. It was quite horrific. Every time I caught myself in the mirror, I was like, ugh.
Oh.
It's not good. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10.